Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Assembly. I really enjoyed sharing the story of the enormous turnip with you the other week, so I was thinking that I would like to share another story with you today, and then we could just take a few minutes at the end to see what we could learn from it. But I was really struggling over the weekend to choose which story. So I went for a walk yesterday, and it was a really breezy day, and I was walking along by the river, and I was struck by the things that were falling from the trees every time the wind blew and there was a gust of wind. And it reminded me of a story that used to be a favourite when I was younger. So I'm going to share that with you. And I have to be honest, as I've been thinking about the story during my walk and whilst preparing for this assembly, I've actually changed my view on the theme of the story and one of the things that we can learn from it. So I'm going to share that with you at the end. But to start with, let me share with you the story of Chicken Licken. I'm sure lots of you know it already and you know it well. So we will start by just sharing the pictures and reminding ourselves of this very familiar story, Chicken Licken, or fact checking is important. One day, while he was walking through the wood, an acorn fell on Chicken Licken. Bump! Ouch! The sky is falling down, said Chicken Licken, flapping his wings and shaking his tail feathers. I must tell the king. So off he went to the castle, with a spring in his step and a swing in his stride. On the way, he met Snaky Lakey, slipping and sliding along. Where are you going, Chicken Licken? Snaky Lakey asked. The sky is falling down, said Chicken Licken. I'm going to tell the king. Hiss. I'll come too, whispered Snaky Lakey, and off they went to find the king, with a glide and a stride. On the way, they met Mousy Housey, darting and dashing around. Where are you going, Chicken Licken? Mousy Housey asked. The sky is falling down, said Chicken Licken. I'm going to tell the king. Eek, eek, I'll come too, squeaked Mousy Housey, and off they went to find the king, with a scamper, a glide, and a stride. On the way, they met Rabbity Yabbity, a hopping and a bopping. Where are you going, Chicken Licken? Rabbity Yabbity asked. The sky is falling down, said Chicken Licken. I'm going to tell the king. Yap, yap, I'll come too, yelled Rabbity Yabbity, and off they went to find the king, with a skip, a scamper, a glide, and a stride. On the way, they met Froggy Loggy, peeping and leaping. Where are you going, Chicken Licken? Froggy Loggy asked. The sky is falling down, said Chicken Licken. I'm going to tell the king. Glug, glug, I'll come too, frowned Froggy Loggy, and off they went to find the king, with a jump, a skip, a scamper, a glide, and a stride. On the way, they met Catty Patty, stretching up ahead. Where are you going, Chicken Licken? Catty Patty asked. The sky is falling down, said Chicken Licken. I'm going to tell the king. Purr, purr, I'll come too, yawned Catty Patty, and off they went to find the king, with a stroll, a jump, a skip, a scamper, a glide, and a stride. On the way, they met Foxy Loxy, licking his lips. Yum, yum, animals, where are you going? Foxy Loxy asked. The sky is falling down, they said. We're going to tell the king. I know where the king lives, smiled Foxy Loxy, with a sly lie and a cunning eye. Follow me to the castle. Lead the way, Foxy Loxy, the animals cried. So off they went, with a twirl, a stroll, a jump, a skip, a scamper, a glide, and a stride. But Foxy Loxy didn't take them to the castle, and they didn't ever meet the king. Instead, Foxy Loxy went a different way and led the animals straight into his den, where he ate them all for his dinner. And that was the end of Chicken Licken, Snakey Lakey, Mousy Housey, Rabbity Yabbity, Froggy Loggy, and Catty Patty. What a way to end. So what can we learn from this really simple story? There's a picture there of Chicken Licken panicking. The sky's falling, the sky's falling. Have a think. What mistake does Chicken Licken make? And what mistake or mistakes do the other animals make? If you're watching at school, your teachers might want to pause this so you can discuss it. What mistake does Chicken Licken make? And what mistakes do the other animals make? So what can we learn from that story? I think one of the first things is check the facts. Use what you know and what you can see. If Chicken Licken had just stopped for a moment and looked around him when that first acorn fell on his head, he probably would have seen lots of other acorns on the floor. That would have made him look up, and then he'd have realised that all that's happened is an acorn has fallen on his head and the sky really isn't falling down. But Chicken Licken panicked and he didn't look around him. And instead of stopping and thinking for a moment, he rushes into actions. He makes an assumption and takes a wild guess at what he thinks is about to happen. It's okay to ask questions and to talk things through with your friends, especially when you feel scared or afraid about something. Chicken Licken had lots of friends, and he tells each one of them what his fear is and what he's afraid is about to happen. And they all go along with him. Not one of them says to him, "Hold on a minute, Chicken Licken. Let's just have a think about this. The sky isn't falling down. What makes you think that?" And if his friends had stopped him from a moment from panicking and rushing in to tell the king, then actually the story might have had a happier ending. I said that I've changed my mind about Chicken Licken, even just thinking about the story over this weekend. I used to think it was a story about how he was silly to rush into action and not to think about anything. But this weekend, I've just been thinking about how he acts like that because he's scared. The reason he rushes into action is because he's afraid. He thinks something terrible is about to happen. In the end, it's not what he thinks. And if he'd just stopped for a moment, taken some time, looked around him, told his friends what it was that was worrying him, they could have helped him, and they wouldn't have all been rushing off to tell the king something that just wasn't true. So think about Chicken Licken. Yes, he makes a mistake, but he does it because he's scared, and he had all those friends around him who could have helped him. Let's take some time to reflect. We can feel afraid and unsure when something takes us by surprise. But we can stop, step back in our minds and think through what might happen if we do a certain thing. We can also stop and think about what might happen if we don't do it. We can ask older people that we trust. We can ask our friends for advice too. We can pray, or we can just sit quietly and think. If there's something that you are worried about at the moment, find somebody to talk it through with. Tell them what it is that you're afraid of, what's making you feel nervous, and what are you worried about. And once you share it with somebody, once you talk about it, it really helps and it won't seem that bad. So I hope you enjoyed hearing the story of Chicken Licken again. It's been a long time since I've read it, but I enjoyed thinking about it this weekend and getting this assembly ready for you. So I hope those thoughts help you over the coming days and weeks. We have got an exciting week in school, an exciting couple of weeks, because some of you are coming back to see your teachers to say goodbye, and we are so excited that we're going to get the chance to see you before the end of the summer term. So I look forward to seeing you. I'm going to try and make sure that I can come out and see every one of you when you're in school. So have a great day home learning today or learning in school, and I will see you all very soon. Take care. Bye.